Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's me, Ben. I am live here on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter as well. I know what you're thinking. Well, wait a minute. Why are we doing a show? You did a show last night. I know. I just wanted to pop on real quick. I put it as a uh, cameo appearance. So, um, just want to talk about real quick. The Obviously today, a lot of college football games, a lot of big time matchups, big time implications. Right now, we got Michigan beating Purdue right now, 28-16, in the uh, about to be the end of the third quarter. They should be able to take care of business. Clemson's dominating North Carolina, and earlier today, TCU went to overtime with Kansas State, and Kansas State won 31-28, which shakes things up a little bit because TCU with that loss, um, is it going to hurt them? Is it going to, pretty much end their call it, their the CFP hopes? You know, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens tomorrow when the committee makes their decision. But I will say that as of right now, obviously Georgia took care of business, blew out LSU today, put a 50 burger on them. Um, so they're obviously going to be number one. Excuse me. Michigan, they should hold on to win tonight. They'll certainly be number two. And then this is where it gets really interesting because this week's rankings, TCU was number three, and with this loss, you wonder if they're still alive in the college football playoffs. Now, last night USC lost, which pretty much puts them out of the playoff picture. They were manhandled by Utah last night, so I don't see them getting back in. I just don't. Now the question is going to be who's going to be number 3 and 4. With the USC and TCU losing today, I think it pretty much puts Ohio State back in the college football playoff. Probably puts them at number 3. Now the question is going to be who's the 4th? Who will that 4th team be? Will it be TCU? Will it be maybe USC? Could it be Alabama? I know a lot of people that are non-Alabama fans kind of freaking out right now. Could Alabama sneak in with the 2 losses? Now, Nick Saban today came out and, said, look at our body of work. Look at our last 3 games. We won in commanding fashion. We should be considered for that final CFP spot. Honestly, I would not put Alabama in. I just think that there are more deserving teams right now. Obviously, Georgia, Michigan. I'd even say Ohio State's more deserving than Alabama. They only have 1 loss. Now, I know it was a bad loss at home, but still, I mean, they only have 1 loss on the year. Very good resume. TCU went undefeated until today. Kansas State's a good team. Let's not make any mistake about that. It's not like TCU lost to a scrub. Kansas State's a pretty good team, and they did it without Martinez as their quarterback, who got injured. So that's pretty impressive. They went to overtime. Even it took them overtime for Kansas State to win that game. So to me, it's really hard to deny TCU. Now, I will say that I've had this, this theory for years that, the college football playoff likes having big brands in their playoff because people like big brands. They like big names, big schools. So you got to wonder if that will play a factor in. Do you think Alabama, because of their name, because of their lineage, so to speak, will sneak them in at number 4? I could tell you right now, it wouldn't shock me if Alabama snuck in. It wouldn't shock me one bit, but I just don't think they deserve it this year. But again, wouldn't shock me if they did. And if they do get in somehow, some way, I know unless you're an Alabama fan, they're going to flip out. I'm not one of those fans because here's how I look at it. USC and TCU should have took care of business and won. If TCU would have won in overtime, they just would have won. They're in. There's no debate. There's no debate. Same with USC. If they'd have took care of business, they're in. And Ohio State's out. We won't be talking about Alabama, but now you had USC, you had TCU lose their games. All of a sudden now, it makes things very interesting. So if the non-Alabama fans want to, put it this way, if Alabama does, or if Alabama does get in, don't blame Alabama. Don't blame Saban. Don't blame. You can go ahead and maybe blame the committee, but the blame you should really put it on is TCU and USC for not taking care of business. Okay, that's who you blame. That's who gets the most blame, because all they had to do was win their conference championship games, and then Alabama wouldn't even be in the conversation. But because of those 2 losses, that opens the door now. So that's my opinion on it. What do you guys think? First, I'm going to give you my CFP picks. These are just my picks only of who I think will get in or who I think should be in. These are mine right here. It's pretty obvious. Georgia's 1, Michigan's 2. Ohio State is now getting in. And I think TCU should get in at 4. They only had 1 loss, and that was today in overtime. Those are my college football top 4. That's the playoff. That's who I think it should be. And there it is. There's the list one more time. It's Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, and TCU in that order. That should be that's my 4. That's what I think it should be. And now I want to ask everybody out there, anybody who's watching, who are your top 4? I'd love to see the comments on there, because I think it's very important to get opinions on it. I'd love to hear them. Hell, if you guys think Alabama deserves to be in, let me know. Give me a reason, I mean, it's not impossible. They could still sneak in there. So what are you guys' picks? Hey Andrew, what's up, man? Thanks for coming on real quick. It's unannounced show. I just wanted to pop in, talk about today's whole day with college football. I know tomorrow's the big day. We find out who the four are. Um, right now, it's fourth quarter. Michigan's up 28-16 on Purdue. They're gonna uh, Purdue's kicking a field goal here, try to make it 11. Let's see. Yeah, now it's an 11-point lead for the Michigan Wolverines. I still think Michigan wins this game, but and I still think they're the number 2 team. Yeah. So yeah, let me know, guys. What do you think? That's who I think it's going to be. Those are the four. Now again, USC and TCU opened the door for in Alabama. Did they open the door for Clemson? Perhaps. I mean, I don't see it, but who knows? Clemson's blowing out North Carolina. They're looking impressive there. So a lot of things are going to happen tomorrow, and some people might be disappointed. Some might be very happy. Me, I'm okay. I'm not going to freak out if an Alabama sneaks in or a Clemson sneaks in, because at the end of the day, TCU and USC, all they had to do was win their conference games, their conference championship games, and we wouldn't have this conversation right now. So that's how I feel about it. Again, leave your comments. Let me know what's happening. Thought somebody wanted to come on. Let me see. Yeah, I'm having a beer right now. It's Saturday night. It's been a long week. I worked 6 days this week, so I deserve a beer. Christopher Cole says, "Hey, how you doing, Chris? How you doing, bud? Thanks for coming on real quick." Scott Taylor, hi, Ben Cornett. Hey, Scott, how you doing tonight? Thanks for coming on real quick on this unannounced appearance here. Call it a cameo appearance here on the Ben Zone. Okay, I won't lie to you. I'm kind of bored too. These games are not really that good right now. I mean, I was like, let me just come on for a few minutes, just BS with everybody, just get to talk to everybody out there in the Ben Zone, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. I just like to be a camera hog and come on video, talk to you lovely people out there. If anybody else is kind of bored with the games, because they've been pretty much blowouts. I mean, the TCU Kansas State game was really good today. It's probably the best game of the today. UCF and Tulane was pretty good until the fourth quarter. Tulane just took over and handled their business. Tulane's a really good team. It looks like they might be playing USC in the Cotton Bowl. That's the rumors that I've heard, which would be a pretty good matchup. Now, also real quick with USC, Caleb Williams got injured last night. He had an ankle injury, and so we don't know the extent of the injury yet. I don't know how long he'll be out, if he's going to be out. The bowl games, they probably wouldn't be playing for a few weeks anyway, so he might have enough time to come back and heal up and be ready to go. So that'll be an interesting game, USC and Tulane, if that happens. Chris Cole says TCU better be in. Yeah, I agree, Chris. I mean, I just think their body of work's better than Alabama. Again, they lost by 3 in overtime. It took 5 quarters to finally beat TCU, and I recapping the game real quick, Max Duggan played very well. I mean, he just, carried his team. And I don't understand the play calls on 3rd and 4th down. Why not sneak it into Duggan? Was he that injured? I mean, this is for the college football playoff. You'll have time to rest. I didn't understand the play calling, and that probably would cost TCU. It might cost him the top 4. It might. I don't think it will. I think they'll still get in, but you never know. I mean, you got to win, and they could have snuck the ball in for a touchdown, quarterback sneak, but instead they had 2 running plays that went to the left, and Kansas State collapsed the pocket there, made sure the running back didn't get in. So very questionable play calling down the stretch, which might cost him. We don't know yet. Maybe it won't, but if for somehow TCU does not get in tomorrow, we can probably pinpoint to the overtime and those 2 play calls on 3rd and 4th down. That might have cost him. So, yeah. But I still think they're going to get in. I just think you can't put Alabama over TCU. I just can't. And if you're going to put somebody over TCU, put USC over them. Not Alabama, but then again, USC got blown out in the conference title game. That's not a good look. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I can't believe I'm actually looking forward to that over the NFL tomorrow. That's rare, but it's only once a year. So, we get to find out who the 4 are going to be and other bowl games as well. Chris Cole says their quarterback is a beast. Yeah, Max Duggan, I think he definitely deserves to be in New York next week be one of the finalists for the Heisman. He just carried that team today. He willed them to win, even though they didn't get the win. He just played outstanding. He laid it all on the line today, and hopefully him and his team get rewarded. Should they get in, again, I'll pull it up one more time. Those would be my 4. Now, Georgia would play TCU, Michigan and Ohio State would have a rematch. So that'll be very interesting. If Michigan and Ohio State are 2-3 or 3-2, however it is, a rematch. And I don't know, Ohio State may get this one because Blake Corum's out with an injury. He's done. He had surgery. Donovan Edwards is pretty good, but it's hard to beat a team twice. I know Utah beat USC twice, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind round 2 with the Michigan and Ohio State again. That'd be good. Georgia TCU. Georgia would, I think they would destroy him. Georgia's just so good. I mean, Stetson Bennett. I mean, geez, that defense, Georgia's defense is just, I know they gave up some points, but that was just garbage points. I mean, I don't know if Max Duggan, he got hit hard today. That guy was a human punching bag. He got beat up, and you think that's bad. If they get in and they have to play Georgia, boy, Jaden Daniels, he had a tough time today for LSU. He made some good plays, but he also got beat down. Georgia would dominate him, I think. Hate to say it, but I think Georgia would really destroy TCU. That's just my opinion. Michigan, Ohio State. Again, this is just speculation. This isn't accurate, this list right here. But assuming that these are the 2 teams or the 4 teams that are going to be in, and these are the matchups, I would go Georgia and oh man, probably Ohio State in the title game. Again, Michigan doesn't have Blake Corum. I know JJ McCarthy's playing good tonight, but it's hard to beat a team twice in the playoffs. And Ohio State, you don't think they want revenge? I mean, for that loss, being humiliated at home by Michigan. I I would have to say right now, Georgia and Ohio State would be they'd be the finalist. if only if these aren't accurate, only if this is the top four and the way they're seated, that's who I would pick: Georgia and Ohio State. And then I think Georgia would beat Ohio State, win the national title, repeat. I think Georgia repeats regardless because nobody's stopping that defense. And that offense is on fire again. Kirby Smart's getting the recruits. He just has next level athletes. And this could be the new Alabama. I mean, Kirby came from Alabama. So, this team's going to be good for a long time. Think about this. Georgia lost Nakobe Dean. They lost Jahir White on the running back. Trayvon Walker, the defensive lineman. You would think, oh, this is going to be an off year for Georgia, but no, they're number one. They're beating the crap out of everybody. They've had some close games, Kentucky, Missouri, but I mean, they're both on the road, so it's always tough to win on the road anyway. But Georgia's just so good. It's not even funny right now, So you got to love what they're doing. And yeah, I think they're going to repeat. See, Christopher Cole says, on one of them plays on the goal line, they should have called play action bootleg. Yeah, do that or do a quarterback sneak. The bootleg's not a bad idea either, Chris. It's a good comment there. And I'm going to star that comment as well. That's a great comment because they could have done something totally different there. And Max Duggan's good enough. You can do bootlegs, be creative. And for some reason, they didn't want to do that. They wanted to give it to the running back, which is okay. But if it doesn't work on third down, then you got to get creative. Do a different play on fourth down. Don't be bullish. Just mix it up a little bit. But they went with the same play call twice. I just didn't get it. And again, it may or may not cost him the CFP, but who knows? We'll find out tomorrow. So yeah. Let's see right now. I still think Michigan's winning. Let me check the score. Yeah, it looks like Michigan got an interception, so that'll pretty much do it. And Michigan will pretty much be number 2 here. It's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line, Purdue's 16-yard line. So I think even with the field goal, they'll go up 31-19. They should be able to pull it out. So win the game. Yeah, so anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and take off, but I want to just get on here for a little bit. I'm at 24, almost 25 minutes in. I thought I was only going to be on a few minutes, but yeah, so anyway, thank you everybody for coming on. I appreciate it. For the little time I brought, I know it's an unscheduled appearance, but I just wanted to talk with you for a few minutes, and I'm not going to lie to you, I was a little bored, so I just wanted to get on real quick and do this. But thanks everybody for the comments tonight and tuning in. Um, the Bucks Saints post game, we'll probably do that Monday night, either Monday night or Tuesday. I'll let you guys know. You'll know. I'll put it in the Ben Zone. I'll put it in YouTube, Twitter. Since it's a Monday night game, got to wait an extra day. So tomorrow I'll do a game thread in the Ben Zone just for all the games, kind of like the Red Zone, full of games, game thread. Just leave your comments on there. Join. Um, whatever games you guys are watching, just feel free to comment. So, because the Bucks don't play till Monday, and we'll do a post game show after that. So, anyway, I am gonna step out. Again, thank you so much. If you can, like and share this show. That would be greatly appreciated for me as I'm trying to, just grow this show. Again, we'll see where this goes. But I'm really enjoying doing this, and I want to thank the people over at Bucks Report, Let's Talk Football, for helping me share this and get some support. Appreciate that. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I got to say for that. Again, like and share the show. Appreciate that. And I will talk to everybody later. So, guys, have a good night. Have a good rest of the weekend. And I will see you probably Monday, most likely Monday night. Okay, guys. Take care.